This is where you want to come if you want to see some eagles. They're very pretty.
They're very graceful.
Southwest Illinois is the winter home of the American bald eagle,
There's 1, 2, 3, 4 there.
the largest number of wintering bald eagles in the continental United States.
There's another one right here.
Dan and Jan Leonard,
That's a mature.
avid eagle watchers, make the 90-minute drive from Litchfield multiple times every winter.
There's another one. They get up in the air, there's nothing more prettier than watching them, a pair of them flying and running and grabbing talons together. It's just amazing. You dip down to the water, maybe you got something. Look at that, Jan.
And it's so pretty today against the bright blue skies. You can really see them up there in the air.
6-foot flat wings, that's them babies.
Knowing these seasoned watchers would have great tips,
There's 2 right there together.
I wondered where they focused their search.
Anywhere from on the other side of Alton down there all the way to, Campsville.
And there is truth to that saying, the early bird gets the worm.
I think the best time to go is to get here early in the morning because they will start feeding at that time. That's the immature. You see a lot along the bluffs as we're driving towards here, out on the bluffs as far as, and in the river also.
When the weather is at its coldest and there is ice along the river,
See them dip down in that water?
concentration of eagles tends to be highest where the water is open, like here, where a barge went through.
Something's went up the river and opened it up a little bit. They'll be all along where that's been opened up. There's fish there in that water. Some places you'll have 10 eagles right there all together where they'll take turns going and feeding.
Dan enjoys wildlife photography. He's captured some really interesting photos over the years.
When the eagle turned his head completely around like an owl and just sat there and posed for me with his wings open. There was 27 eagles in the one tree. I've got the picture to show it.
Focus your gaze on the trees
Straight over.
along the riverfront.
The mature eagle has a white head, white tail, and the immatures are dark with a lighter gray a lot of times, and then as they get older, you'll see more of the white feathers coming in.
They are easily spotted by their white heads.
When you look far away, you look for a football, a dark football with a white ball on top, and that's how you can tell it's an eagle. I think it's over there someplace.
Yeah, right there's the nest.
This area is also home to an increasing number of nesting eagles.
It's a shame we can't get any closer, but it is a big one.
Bald eagles' nests can get huge. They build onto them year after year after year. And the biggest nest that I've ever heard about was 10 foot across and 20 foot deep, and it weighed, I think, 4,000 pounds.
You can see a life-size nest at the Pere Marquette State Park Visitor Center. The park is also a favorite of the wintering bald eagles.
We call this area the Bald Eagles, Florida. The confluence of the 3 rivers, the Illinois, the Mississippi, and the Missouri River. The bald eagles love it.
Here you can find more information on the eagles and eagle watching. You can even spend the night at the lodge. During a non-COVID year, there are also bald eagle tours.
So after you do the hour-long presentation, we load up into the van and then we go to all the bald eagle hotspots in the area, and there's a ton of them. So it takes all day.
I wanted to know why they come here specifically, as opposed to farther north, perhaps.
As the waters freeze up north in Canada, where they usually are the rest of the year, during November, December, they start migrating down this way.
Frozen waterways would make for some challenging feeding, but why do we not see many around St. Louis then?
So there's so many right here because we have a lot of refuge for them.
If you visit during warmer weather and you hope to see eagles, it's still possible.
If it's warm weather season and you want to see eagles, go to a body of water because there's some residents that stay here year-round.
Eagles are beautiful and majestic, but sometimes they get hurt. And when that happens, the folks at a local rescue center in Dow, Illinois, step in.
Treehouse Wildlife Center is a rescue, rehab, and education center. We go out and rescue animals that are sick, injured, or orphaned. We take them back to the facility and we rehabilitate them for release back into the wild. We occasionally have animals that cannot be released back into the wild and we keep them as resident animals. This is Sky.
And she is one of those residents.
She is a bald eagle we got in 2019. She has an old fracture to her collarbone that doesn't allow her to fly properly, so she cannot be released back into the wild.
We learned something quite interesting on our visit. If you've ever heard the squawk of a bald eagle on TV or in the movies, you're actually hearing the sound of one of these guys, the red-tailed hawk. This is what a real bald eagle sounds like. This is Spuds. And the folks at Treehouse tell me she is quite the talker. In addition to Spuds and Sky, plus the other eagles on site, we were able to view the resident owls, vultures, coyotes, bobcats, and foxes. The Treehouse Wildlife Center is open to the public, so you too can come and get up close and personal with the bald eagles, as well as the center's other residents. While there is no admission, they do certainly welcome your donations for their rehabilitation programs. Eagle watching in Southwest Illinois involves good timing.
Look at that.
And maybe a little bit of luck.
He's going up in a tree now.
I see
You
him.
see
Yep.
him?
But I was surprised how easy it was to spot them after I knew what to look for.
Here comes another flying.
In Grafton, Illinois, Kristen Cornett, News 4.